It doesn't matter which one. So let's say we multiply the first one by -1. Perfect. Good. Negative x squared minus y squared equals -25. If you omit to multiply all, oh, sorry. If you omit to multiply all terms, you will not get to the solution. Be very careful. Right? We have to multiply everything, not just pick and choose. Okay, x minus 8, everything squared, plus y squared equals 41. Yes, that was the idea. So, negative x squared plus x minus 8, everything squared, equals 41 minus 25, which I think is 16. Good. What now? What should I do next? It's quadratic. I have, yeah.
X squared minus 16x plus 64.
Yes. And since it's quadratic, no, it's no longer quadratic. So negative 16x equals negative 64 plus 16. So negative 16x, how much is this? Negative 48, is it? And then we divide x equals 3. So we got that x equals 3. I have to plug it in and find y. So 9 plus y squared equals 25. Or y squared equals 16. Or y is plus or minus 4. So 3 with 4 and 3 with -4. Does it work? No clue. Again, I'm not just saying it. No clue whatsoever. So 3 squared plus 4 squared, 9 plus 16 is 25. Yes. Here, 5 squared, 25 plus 16. 25 plus 16 is indeed 41. The other one is the same because y squared will be the same thing, 16. And there is no change. So obviously both work. Good. Anything else?
Can we do a factorial one?
Yes. So here's a factorial. Let's say we have 22 factorial over 6 factorial times 17 factorial. If you put in the calculator, you may be able to get the answer. But it may be too large and it may give you an error. The easiest thing to do here is notice that this is bigger than this. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17 factorial. 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 17 factorial. I'm simplifying factors. Now, I'm just going to try and simplify. Here's an 18, which is a 6 times 3. Here is a 5 times 4, which is 20. And I have a 2, and I get 11. So all I have to put in the calculator is 11 times 21 times 19. Everything else is gone. The 17 factorial, the 6 times 3 with 18, the 5 times 4 with 20, and 2 with 22. So what is remaining here? 11, 21, and 19. So this is all I need to put in the calculator. 11 times 21 times 19. That's it. And it will be 4389. 4,389. This is it. Good. Next one. Anything else? Yes.
Yes, Jordan, but can we do them without fractions?
I
I don't know if you'll be able to tell.
I will not be able to tell. So let's choose. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying that on a test situation, it's not. I'm not testing endurance. I'm just testing understanding. But it's not a big deal with fractions either way. Okay, so let's take a look at. I don't want you to get entangled in fractions, because that takes time. That's all. Okay, so we're going to try 25, and this is on page 633. I don't know any answers or anything, so 2x minus y minus z equals 4. X plus y minus 5z equals negative 4, and x minus 2y equals 4. I can't promise fractions or not. Hopefully, there is none. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to create the augmented matrix with a 2. Very easy to swap these two. So I will consider this R1 or the first equation and the second equation and R3 from the get-go. So 1, 1, negative 5, negative 4. 2, negative 1, negative 1, 4. 1, negative 2, 0, 4. Okay. So I have the first step. The first step is done. My next step is this. I need a 0 here and I need a 0 here. Of course, I have to use this row because I will multiply by negative 2 to add it here and by negative 1 to add it here. Of course, to the whole row, but I'm pointing to what I need. I will be using row 1. I will be multiplying it by negative 2 to add it to row 2. And the same row, I will multiply it by negative 1 and add it to row 3. No equal symbol, please. Arrow. The row that I use must be copied. No one can change the row that we use to multiply. 1 times negative 2 plus 2. 1 times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 5 times negative 2 is 10. 10 minus 1. Negative 4 times negative 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So again, let me explain what I'm doing. I'm multiplying this row by negative to all of them and add to the corresponding term. So 1 times negative 2 plus 2. 1 times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 5 times negative 2 minus 1. Negative 4 times negative 2 plus 4. Now with this, the third row, 1 times negative 1 plus 1. 1 times negative 1 minus 2. Negative 5 times negative 1, 6 plus 0, 6. Negative 4 times negative 1, 4 plus 4, 8. Now, if it's easier for you to write it on the side, you can do that. So let's multiply all this row by negative 2. Negative 2, negative 2, 10, and 8. These are the numbers that have to be added to the second row. Negative 2 with 2, negative 1 with negative 2, negative 1 with 10, and 4 with 8. When I multiply this row by negative 1, I get negative 1, 5, and 4. Okay, this is added here to get this. This is added here to get this. This is See? See, Monica? Negative 5 times negative 1 is 5. 5 plus 0 is still 5. Okay. And 8. So we accomplished a lot, meaning this is done. Now I have to focus on the middle term, middle entry in the second column, because this one has to be 1. So I can eliminate these two. If this one is not 1, I cannot eliminate these two, and I cannot destroy and go back and destroy what I accomplished. So how do I get a 1 in here?
By division?
Yes, dividing row 2 by negative 3, indeed. You cannot destroy what you accomplished. So this divided by negative 3. This divided by negative 3. This divided by negative 3. I have to copy the rest. We accomplished a lot. This is done, and this is done. Now we want a 0 here, and we want a 0 here. We have to use row 2. So in the first step, we always use row 1 to eliminate. In the second step, we have to use row 2 to eliminate. And at the end, I have to use row 3 to eliminate. So what do I multiply row 2 by to add it to row 1 to eliminate this? What do I multiply row 2 to add it here, to add it to row 3 to eliminate? So this is to row 1 and this is to row 3. So what do I multiply this by to get a 0 here?
Is it negative 1?
Of course. What do I multiply this by to add it here and get the 0?
Three.
Yes, of course. Very good. We cannot destroy what we accomplished. And I have to copy the row that I'm using. I'm using row 2. It has to be copied. We cannot touch that. So 1 times -1 plus 1. -3 times -1 is 3, minus 5 is -2. -4 times -1 is +4, minus 4 is 0. 1 times 3 minus 3 is 0. -3 times 3 is -9. -9 plus 5 is -4. -12 plus 8 is -4. Yes. Good. So this is carved in stone now, and I'm working on this element. I cannot have anything else but 1 in there. So what should I do?
Do we divide by -4?
Indeed. Row 3 by -4. Perfect. Do not destroy what you accomplished. So this by -4 is 1, this by -4 is 1, -2, 0, -3, -4. Final step, I have to multiply row 3 by something and add it to row 1, and row 3 by something else and add it to row 2. What do I multiply this by to add it here and eliminate -2?
It will be 2.
Indeed. What do I multiply this by to add it here and eliminate -3?
3.
That's it. You cannot destroy what you accomplished. 1 times -2 plus 2. 1 times 2 plus 2 plus 0. 1 times 3 minus 3. 1 times 3 minus 4. I hope for 2, -1, 1. Is it going to work? I don't know. I have to go back and check. 2, -1, 1. 2, -1, 1. 2, -1, 1. 2, -1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Minus 1, yes. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 5, yes. 2 plus 2, yes. I got lucky with this here, that I found it before getting too far. I added 0, but in my mind I was adding a 1. No excuse. So I was adding 0, and I wrote 6 instead of 5. So that would have destroyed the whole thing. I would have never gotten to the solution with a 6 instead of a 5. Very easy to make a mistake. Next time I would like to just review